So I don't know if you've noticed, but YouTube has made some changes. I'm not sure what the intentions of those changes are, probably more profit. But I think the unintended consequence will be they are probably going to kill YouTubers the way we know them today. So hi everyone, welcome back to the Ministry of Guitar. I'm Utkarsh, coming to you from Singapore. This is not a guitar related topic, but nonetheless, if you watch video media of any kind, particularly on YouTube, I do think that this is of some interest to you. I was having a conversation with a friend of mine the other day. I have just been doing YouTube for a very short time. He has a pretty large YouTube channel, 600,000 subscribers. And we were starting to notice something. Typically in YouTube, the number of subscribers you have and the number of views a typical video gets, organic views. It's an important word here, organic. We'll come back to that. The number of organic views that a typical video gets is a reasonable fraction of the number of subscribers someone has. To say someone has 1 million subscribers, it is a fair assumption. They'll typically get 200 to 300,000, 20 to 30% of the subscribers. This is for a mature channel. Newer channels, you can get more than the number of subscribers you have. But what we've been noticing of late, what he's been noticing on his channel, what I have also been noticing on some large guitar channels, Music is Win is a good example. I'm just pointing him out just because I noticed it, but there's so many others, where you have channels with millions and millions of subscribers, and it's not that they're not active, it's not that they have completely faded into irrelevance or something, but the typical video is probably getting, if say Music is Win has maybe, I don't know, 1.8 million subscribers. A lot of his videos now are getting like 50K, 40K, which is like, it's really tiny in the context of how big his channel is. If he was getting 20, 30% of his channel size, he should be getting 500K, 600K views a video. So this ratio of the number of views relative to your subscribers has really gone down. In fact, I've noticed it for my channel as well. I mean, I had a much smaller channel. It's much bigger now, but even for me, the ratio is much lower. Now, my friend was telling me that he was noticing something. This has been happening to him as well. And we realized something. Because what he does, and I don't know if you guys know this, but there are two ways to get views on YouTube. There is organic, which is you put it out there and people watch it. And then there is pushed or boosted or promoted, which means YouTubers are paying YouTube money for their algorithm to show more people their video so that more people have a chance, because it's just a funnel, right? The number of views you get is a correlation of the number of people who YouTube shows it in the first place. And what has been happening is my friend has been noticing, because he does do boosting. I don't do it on the Ministry of Guitar, but he's been noticing that it's the number of views that a channel is getting or a video is getting has become heavily dependent on how much it is boosted. Now that's a little bit messed up, isn't it? Because what's happening here is that not only is said YouTuber putting the effort to make the video, but it is also organically, it's becoming more and more difficult to get views. You have to boost it to get more views. So when you boost something also, there is no revenue that the YouTuber earns from it. It's basically you're spending money to boost something that you've created. That works all well and fine when you're an advertiser trying to sell something, because you have a product, you want to spend money to make more people see your product, more people to be aware of your product, so they buy it. So you make money from the product, not from the video itself, the advertisement itself. But if you're a YouTuber, your product is the video, right? You need to make money from the video. And what has been happening of late is that YouTube has been heavily pushing its promotion tools. It encourages everybody to use it. And my guess is that YouTube has started earning money from advertisers, obviously. Previously, to look at YouTube's model, it's the money it used to earn used to come from advertisers to begin with. Now, YouTube enjoyed a lot of growth, because guess what? When YouTube started, most of the advertising money for big companies used to go to TV. And all the TV money has transferred to YouTube, because advertisers have realized that most people are not watching TV, they're watching YouTube or something similar. So that's how YouTube enjoyed a lot of, Google or Alphabet enjoyed a lot of growth over the last 10, 15 years. Now, that growth has tapered out, because most of the money that had to come from TV to YouTube has already come here. You have these huge shows that are on YouTube now. Now, how does YouTube try to make more money now? Next step, okay, let's make money from our users, right? Because everybody's getting all this free content, yes, with advertisements. I bet some of them can pay in order to not have to watch these advertisements. Enter YouTube Premium. So users are paying $10 a month. In fact, they just took a huge price up. I looked at the numbers recently. I couldn't believe it. I'll put it here. It was a massive price up that they took. It came to me as well. I'm a YouTube Premium user. So they've got users that they're getting them to pay. And of course, they can increase that price because once people are using YouTube Premium, they'll kind of keep using it because they kind of like it. They're used to it's classic capitalism at its best. But then YouTube still needs to start making more money because guess what? Shareholder capitalism, they have to continue. Google stock or Alphabet stock is priced a certain amount because people expect future growth, future earnings growth. This is the entire growth stock cycle that they're stuck in. So they need to figure out more ways to make money. And the way they're making money now is we can make money off the advertisers. We can make money off the users. Let's make money off the people. Nobody is a YouTube employee over here. These are all, I don't know what to call a YouTuber. They work for YouTube, though they're not an employee of YouTube, but they are definitely part of the production force. So let's make money of these people as well. Because guess what? If you really want to make it as a YouTuber, if you want to have those millions of subscribers and millions of views, in the past, there were a lot of people who slipped through the gate because it was an early Wild Wild West. A lot of people started early. So YouTube was pushing their videos on whoever was watching because there was nothing else to do. But now YouTube is like, if you want the privilege of me pushing your video, putting your video on the home screen, or prioritizing your video in the search results, it's not only a question of how good your video is, it is a question of how much money you can pay me. That is the big change that YouTube has made. And you can see it. It is quite dramatic, right? And it's a big change, and it's a very, very dramatic change because suddenly the business model for a YouTuber, someone who wants to become a YouTuber, has become very different. Because now it's not only a question of investing your time, it is also a question of investing your money. A lot of money which people don't have, right? So if you in the past, you had a lot of these organic YouTubers building up, not to say that it'll completely not be there in the future, there will be something viral, something that will just break through, even if they're not boosting it, even if they're not putting money behind it. But a lot of people who would have normally, if they were not asking or not giving YouTubers the option that in order to be prioritized by the algorithm, you need to pay money, a lot of people whose content, just on the sheer quality of the content, they would have gotten boosted. But now they won't, because good quality content is now competing with content that people are paying to get boosted, right? What does this favor? It favors somebody who's big already, somebody who has money already, businesses already, right? This does not favor the persons, just starting out filming by themselves and, trying to make something. So this is going to have 2 or 3 consequences. Consequence number 1 is the kind of good quality content that you used to get because the cost of entry was very low and people could build an audience relatively easily and be encouraged by it. That kind of good quality content, the 20, 30, 40, 50, 100K subscribers, those channels simply will not make the kind of money required to sustain a living. So they will die. So today, what you have now is a lot of amateur content. You have something with super amateur, something that's super produced, but you have a lot of space in the middle, which actually can derive a lot of value to a lot of people because it may not be a produced TV show, but it's still giving you value. And it's still enough value for the producer of that content to make it because the money that YouTube gives them from advertising revenue still makes sense for their time. That equation is completely flipped around. So you're not going to get these relatively small-time YouTubers putting on decent amounts of money because there's no point. It's a waste of your time. Not only that, potentially you need to spend money to make money. I mean, some people may be drawn in by this multi-level marketing promise, right? Spend money. You know how people get recruited by multi-level marketing companies. You need to spend money first, but eventually you'll get more followers or whatever, and you'll make money. This is a little bit of that promise. So some people will be seduced by that. A lot of people won't. So a lot of this quality, semi-amateur, semi-professional content is going to go away. Secondly, you will probably see a lot of consolidation because guess what? If you need more money to make money, the person who wins is the person who has money to begin with. So the bigger channels or the folks who have other means to make income, beyond where YouTube is maybe just a promotional activity for them. Companies, for example, right, who may be selling other products, or media organizations which may have a YouTube channel, but they have other ways and means to make money, including paid sponsorships. Those will start dominating. So it's going to become an arms race where you're literally going to have quality of content and whoever has the most money competing for those few tiny slots on your smartphone or on your computer screen to be displayed, for the right to be displayed to you. So the traditional YouTuber, the kind that you expect that you just pick up a camera, you have something good to offer to the world and you can make a living out of it, that model, I'm sorry to say, is gone. It existed for a little nice time period, maybe 2010 to 2020. But ultimately, Google, being a shareholder, being sworn to its shareholders, or as any company is, they have to constantly find a way to make more profit. And for them, this kind of makes sense. We have maximized the advertisers. We're getting close to maximizing our users. Now there's an additional revenue stream. Let's make money from YouTubers, and let's see how far they can maximize that. So yeah, so this is what it is. It's not great news, but it is what's going to happen. So don't be too surprised if you see a few of your favorite YouTubers, if not the big ones, but the smaller ones, dropping out slowly as they find better things to do with their time. All right, I hope this has been helpful, and I'll see you next time.